and run through the Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University Malviya Mission Teacher Training Center. Friends, today we have with us a very great and eminent personality and senior personality, Professor M.S. Sudhir sir. Sir, warm welcome on behalf of the Malviya Mission Teacher Training Center, Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, to this flagship program. Friends, Professor Sudhir sir is presently discharging his duties as a emeritorious professor at Department of Education, Gandhigram Rural Institute that is situated in the Tamil Nadu. Sir has more than 42 years of postgraduate teaching experience as well as the research experience. Sorry for the interruptions. Sir has more than 42 years of research as well as the teaching experience in the post-graduation level. He is a specialist in the higher education reforms, rural development, teacher education, as well as the educational research. He is a former dean of the Faculty of Rural Development and the professor in the Department of Applied Research at Gandhigram Rural Institute that is situated in Tamil Nadu. Professor Sudhir sir was nominated as a member of various national organizations like which has NCRTC, NCTC as well as the UGC, and he has also served the various academic bodies in number of institute as well as the universities. Sir has uh, Sir has completed more than 22 sponsored research projects by the various funding agencies, and under his able guidance, 34 research scholars have been awarded with the PhD degree. Sir has a author of 12 books, and he has contributed for the 21 book chapters and 14 books for the review. He has published more than 100 research paper in national as well as the international reputed journal. He was the expert. He was the expert member of the teacher education program under SSARC regulation formed by the government of India for the Sri Lanka, and he has designed the in-service teacher training program sponsored by the Ministry of External Affairs. This is the brief introduction with regards to Professor Sudhir sir. Dear friends, we are today discussing a very crucial topic of the National Education Policy 2020, that is a higher education and society. When we are coming from the society, there should be आपल्या मराठीत आपण म्हणतो की समाजाला काहीतरी देणं लागतंय. तो ये सोसाइटी को जो कुछ देना रहता है, ये हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, और इस सोसाइटी से हमने क्या क्या लिया हुआ है और क्या हमें देना चाहिए. So we will discuss with regards to the teaching aspect as well as the NEP aspect of this national education policy with respect to the higher education. So I will not take much more time. Sir, I again warm welcome you to this session and request you to start with your session.
Okay. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are clearly audible, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good afternoon to all of you and greetings from
Good afternoon,
Gandhigram. Umesh Chandra. Okay. Thank you. It is indeed a pleasure to participate in the NEP 2020 orientation and sensitization program. Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University. You have invited me and I am so happy. Respected Director Dr. Mohammed Atik and esteemed faculty members, academics, and all the teachers participating in this program. I was told almost more than 100 staff, participants are there from far and wide. I am so happy, but I am coming from a university which is far down the south. Previously, I was in Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, but now I have joined this Gandhigram Rural University. Hope you are able to hear me and we can start the program. I'm extremely happy and grateful for inviting me for this MMTTC, that is Malawiya Mission Teacher Training Program conducted by the university for the benefit and for the empowerment of the teachers in India. I had been a professor for, I had been, I was contributing lectures to very many sessions to very many universities in India. But this is the first chance and a rare chance for coming to you through this Ahmedabad University. But I had been to several universities in Northeast. Then in Kerala, yesterday also I had a program with Kerala and a number of universities in Tamil Nadu. So, and mostly I was speaking on higher education and research. So, dear friends, coming to the topic, because we do not have much time, we can go up to 7 o'clock. During this session, maybe this the next two sessions I will say. First session we will end up at 5:30. Then we will have a small break. Then we will go into the second session. During these two sessions, as mentioned by the director, that we have to think in terms of nurturing the society, but at the same time we have to think in terms of empowering us through the resources of the society. So during this session today, we shall examine or deal with the goals of higher education first. Then we may have some discussion on the components of higher education coupled with the NEP 2020 vision and prospects. That's very much needed. From there, we will come into the the topic linking higher education with the society. And during these sessions, mostly I will deal with education for social development, education for sustainable development, education for psychosocial development. These three aspects, because I have been last 1 month I was lecturing. Many of them I have got or improved based upon the contributions or from the suggestions from the participants. Then we may have in the second session, we will look into the academic resilience, the welfare and wisdom, how a society can acquire, or through the individuals, how they can acquire that resilience, welfare and wisdom. Then of course, we may have a series of discussion on education for the empowerment of women and the empowerment of women, of the youth. That's very, very important. And role of higher education research, we will bring for the policy and practice. And time permitting, we may discuss some of the learning strategies which has been given by or which has been proposed by the NEP 2020. So, of course, we can have effective deliberations and lively interactions. Although I may deliberate, but in case you want further addition or deletion, or if you want to have a modification, then we can go for lively interactions. I would love to have the comments, queries and suggestions from your end. So this I will think this is the the coverage for the two sessions. And dear fellow teachers, coming to the topic, higher education in India is a very ancient, diverse and massive system, all of you know. I don't know whether I have to, you can follow me fully, otherwise sometime I can use my Hindi also if anybody wants. As you know, it is very ancient system and we have very advanced or very glorious universities in Nalanda, Takshashila and Vikramshila. They were all related or they were all embedded with our ancient Indian culture. So that's why I will say it is a very ancient university. Secondly, it is a very diverse system because we have I will say that India fosters the diverse, programs, research and academic programs, or even the training programs. From, we have in Indian knowledge system, to artificial intelligence or data sciences and all. Very advanced and very, very, ancient or very much related to our tradition and culture. It is such a diverse type of courses we are offering through our universities and colleges. That's why even people elsewhere, not only in India, other countries also, whenever I go outside, they say your system is very vast and very diverse. We have obtained number of courses in your universities. Then, thirdly, it is very massive also. Expansion wise, we can say that it is only the second largest system in the world. Or I will say it has shown unprecedented and rapid expansion during the last 2 decades and is considered to be the second largest tertiary education system in the world. So, but the main challenge, as you know, is with the quality and reconstruction of our education system. No doubt, higher education in India has a very rich, diverse history dating back to ancient times, as I mentioned, and the system has evolved over the years and plays a crucial role in shaping the educational landscape of the country itself. Even the landscape of our country is mainly based or is being shaped by our educational system, especially the higher education system. But as you know, the quality, we are not able to come up into the first few universities or colleges in the world. But hopefully, this our MMTTC and our orientation program and the bright and brilliant faculty members we have now, it will not be far away that we will also, our universities and colleges will also come as some best universities in the world. And we have a firm belief that higher education has tremendous transformatory potential. And with the persistent efforts, we can enhance the quality, standards, and accessibility of our higher education system. And higher education, definitely we feel that our higher education system can contribute to the developmental initiative and social reforms in the country. So, although the system will evolve, it has own number of programs and all. Ultimately, we are having a feeling that our system will yield to the development. Higher education should be related to the developmental and reforms, development and reforms of the nation. So, with these words, these are some of the preface I wanted to give for the higher education system in India. Now we will go into the slides. Can you show the first slide? That is, we will discuss, examine what are the goals of higher education. We have seen that it's a very ancient and it's a very massive system and all. But at the moment, when you think in terms of a higher education system, and we are all partners of this great system of education in the world. So when we come to this system, we should know about the goals of higher education. Of course, we are well versed with our teaching in our classroom. But we think that from another angle, we can say the best, we have to understand the goals of higher education. I will say the first one is the advancement of the knowledge. In whatever subject you are teaching or whatever areas you are dealing with, we have to advance that knowledge in that area. That is the scientific advancement of the knowledge, whether it is in psychology, physics, history, or a traditional system of education, or artificial intelligence, any area, or computer science, any area. when you are a teacher, we have to do the teaching and research and improve or enhance the advancement of the knowledge in that area. So perhaps a school teacher may think only handing over the existing knowledge to the students, the curriculum based teaching. But a university or college tertiary education college teacher, we have to do not only the teaching, but the research also, through which we have to promote that knowledge in that area of our of our profession. So perhaps each one of us have to think they are contributing to the advancement of the knowledge. Beyond that, we have to think in terms of promoting the sustainable development of the society. This goal is very much related to the discussion or the the session for the present today's session, that is higher education and society. Promoting the sustainable development of the society is also very, very important for a teacher. Whether we are in physics or whether we are in technology, wherever, or in medicine, the society is there. So we may have to think about the advancement of the sustainable development of the society. And the third one, of course, we are all concerned with these goals every day in our classroom. That is the development of our learners or the students. Harmonious development of the individual or the students or the learners are very, very important. That harmonious means they should have a harmony with their own system, with the institutional or the community around them, or even the family, or even among the peers and all, even with the nature itself. So that's why we say it is a harmonious, or even NEP says it is holistic development. His all aspects, like his cognitive development, his language development, his social and emotional development, and even his professional development, we should take care when we have a student in our classroom. So I will consider these three: scientific knowledge, advancement of the scientific knowledge, promoting sustainable development, and the development of the individual, holistic development of the students. This can be taken as the three main goals of higher education. Are you having the slides? Can you display the slides? Hello, Umesh Chandra, can you display the slides? Can I see the slides?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir. Slide not shown, sir.
Slides are not shown.
No, sir.
No, sir.
They told me they will show it display from there. That's why.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and I will ask them. Hello, anybody from
Yes, sir.
first they displayed. Can you display the slides from there?
No, sir. No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Why you cannot?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello. Actually, what happens, sir? There is a disconnectivity problem of electricity. I will trying to connect on the another system. Within 5 minutes, I will share the slides, sir.
Okay, that will be fine.
Yes, sir.
But please slide.
Yes, sir. You please be
Because-
continue, sir. Please be
Yeah,
continue.
here also there is some problem. So
Yes,
I am somehow managing. If you can display
Yes,
later
sir.
also, okay.
Till
Okay.
that time, yes, sir. You can please be continue. I will connecting on switch over to the
Okay, sir.
Okay. Please, let us all agree, and he will connect it, and we can see the slides later also. Dear friends, so we have examined the main goals of higher education. But many people, when I say these goals of education, you are telling advancement of the knowledge, taking care of the society, and development of your students or the learners and all. All these things you are telling how we can achieve this. Then that is the second slide. He will bring it. Even otherwise, you are all familiar with it more than me, dear friends, that or dear fellow teachers. We are constantly involved with the system of higher education and the components of higher education. Sometimes we may lag in any one of them. That's why I thought of highlighting these components of higher education and linking it to the goals of higher education. First one, of course, we are very much concerned, or if the challenge of our profession when you come to higher education is teaching. That let us not forget about it. Teaching means our first one is teaching, the second component is research, and the third one is extension. I will try to bring the whole gamut, the whole aspects of higher education under these three. So teaching, of course, this is our bread and butter, and we are all prepared and we are very proficient in our own subjects, and we go to the class and we teach. When I joined the Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, perhaps in 1980, when I joined there, I was a young scholar. I was doing my PhD. They gave me appointment. When I joined there, the vice chancellor told me, your primary duty here is teaching. We don't want you to divert your attention to any other thing, because here in Northeast, most of the students or your students depend upon you to getting their this knowledge and resources, and you should prepare them for the university examinations or examinations in the colleges also. So that was the first thing. That is that time we were not knowing about nothing other than the offline or the traditional teaching. We have to go to the classroom and engage the students very well with our discipline or our subject. So that was the importance of teaching at that point of time. But slowly, now it may not be possible to teach the traditional or offline way all the time. We should be prepared as a teacher. We should be prepared to the digital or the online way of teaching. I am reaching you from my own university to all along or to all around. That is through online or digital mode of teaching. So each one of you, please take care of this. We are at the turn of this century, that is 21st century, that we were told even in Gandhigram that time they started asking us that you should be proficient and online or digital, using digital platforms and digital pedagogy and all. So after the COVID pandemic, it has become absolutely necessary or essential, because we were not even able to meet the students on their traditional campus classrooms and all. But even then, we never let them down. We were using this digital platform, online platforms, and that has become an opportunity, or it has become a challenge initially, but it has become a pattern now, where all our orientation program, in-service programs, and many of our classroom are tutoring the students anytime, anywhere, that we can reach them through the online or digital mode. And after this COVID pandemic, even UGC has asked us to to cover the curriculum, or to follow both offline, that is traditional, and digital methods of teaching learning. That is that blended or an integrated or hybrid form. And they were recommending 40, 60, 40. 60 perhaps the traditional mode, and 40 maybe the blended mode. So this is what I wanted to first to make you sensitive, because we cannot say now no to online or digital means of teaching or blended modes of teaching. And many times when I go to Gandhigram, we have to give them online. We will give them, and offline they will come, and we have to use this integrated method of using one topic both the ways through offline and online. Though we should be ready for explanation or for their queries and all. But even before they want us to send the teaching materials to them. So that was the, I will say that the system was very vast, and we have to be adjust with the system. Go to the next one. Thank you. Thank
Hello,
you very
sir.
much.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Now the slide is sharing. And
Okay.
when they access.
Okay. Can I do it here?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. You can just click on the next slide. You can do it, sir. Please check.
I can do it. Let me see. Okay, thank you. So the goals of education, advancement of scientific knowledge, promotes sustainable development and harmonious development. We have already discussed. The next one.
Just click on the next arrow, sir. Next arrow.
Next arrow. No.
Yes, sir. Arrow. Right hand side arrow.
Let me see. Where is the arrow?
Up and down button, sir. Up and down. Left and right side button. Arrow button.
Arrow button. There is this one. This is second. If we come to the second one. Yes.
Yes, sir. Now it is moving, sir. Moving, sir.
Where we have to. No. Bring back. Bring back. Where they button they were telling here.
Sir, go for previous, sir.
Yeah, we will go for previous, but we are not able to see that it's coming. Yes. Yeah. Now it's coming. Thank you. Thank you. I think I will go to the next one. Let me see.
Yes, sir. Please. Yes, sir. Now
okay.
you are in the
No.
next slide, sir. Next slide.
Okay, now I can do it. Thank you. Thank you.
Please,
yeah, so that's what I was discussing with you. That is teaching, that is offline, digital, that is traditional and digital, and blended modes. Then also, another thing I wanted to highlight here is about the research. Please, we may be very well versed and we have difficulty adjusting to online, offline in teaching and all. But we are pleased, dear friends, please focus your attention on research also. Even you can link teaching and research together. And research also, we should not do research only to get a PhD or MC, or guide the students only to get the PhD and all. That is not the real one. We have to go a number of projects, and we have to bring out new new interventions, new ideas. We have to generate new new methods, new practices, new treatment practices, and new interventions. All these things we have to bring in. So research is very, very important. We have to advance the knowledge. At the same time, we have to advance the practices, and we have to advance new models, methods, and all. Not only in teaching, but in every aspect of our life. So the research is very, very crucial nowadays, and based upon their teaching and research, that mostly the accreditation will come to your institutions. But all the national and international bodies who are going to assess and accredit our institution, they look upon how good your teaching or academic program, how strong they are, and how how qualitatively, what is your research, how it is going to contribute, how contributive is your research. That's very, very important. That research means, also I want to say that research, research, just one more minute about the research. I will follow the, research should be always related to three aspects: invention, innovation, and development. These three aspects are very much needed. Sorry. Yes, God. Okay. That is, research should be related to these three aspects. That is, invention, innovation, and development. That is, we have to invent things through your research. That's what I was telling. Then second one is, we may be able to innovate our practices innovate, even innovation we can attempt in any field of life. So innovations are also important, and ultimately research should contribute to the development. So these words, these three things I have taken from our former president, Dr. Abdul Kalam. He used to insist, don't do research and waste your time, but you focus your research into three aspects, that invention, innovation, and development. Ultimately, that's what was his goal, that all our research, and that's why when he became the president of India in 2002 onwards, we have this research and development wing. He asked the institution, important national institutions, colleges and universities to have this research and innovations, that is research and development. They will look into the innovations and inventions, and they should foster the research among the young scholars or our students. That's all regarding the second component. And the third component is about extension. Hello? 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 The third one is can I am not able to, I'm not, go to the, collaboration. This is also very, very important. That is extension. That is extension activities. This in Northeast and all, we were not doing. Of course, in Northeast, initially we were, Nehru and Arunachal University, we were more concentrating on teaching and later on research projects and all. But extension came as a most important aspect of our higher education program when I joined Gandhigram Rural University. Now also I am continuing there. That extension means, you can collaborate with other institutions, with our local institutions and all, even NGOs and all. Why not you collaborate? The second one is you can, outreach. You can take your programs to the people around, to the villages or to the rural areas or to the, even urban centers and all. Why not you practice that one? That is the outreach program. And third one is also your service. Service, of course, we are having the service through our national programs, medical terms, and students, environmental programs and all. But we will say that you can have the collaboration is getting very high attention in the NEP 2020 also. That is, now even UGC is asking us to do collaborative research, collaborative learning. Collaboration means you can collaborate with the other institution within different disciplines in your own university or college, or with other colleges and universities, and even colleges or universities or institutions abroad. So collaborative research, collaborative learning has become a very important aspect after the NEP 2020. And you can have your MOU and you can have the exchange programs and all under this extension. Outreach and service, that will help you to take your lab into land. Whatever you have proved as a scientist or as a professor in the university or in your lab, you can take that into the people, that is to the land. And even one of the vice chancellor was telling the reverse is also true if you have outreach program, land into lab. So some of the problems we will identify, that you can take it up for your research purpose with the national bodies or for your students also. So this way I will say that these are very, very important components, that is collaboration, outreach and service. And please take care of these three aspects of higher education: teaching, research and extension. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. Otherwise, I will go to the next one. This is, I have already discussed with you that, you have to stimulate innovation, development, and creativity, and contribute to new knowledge through your research. Extension means you can have community services, new learning experiences, and even sometimes we can have extension with other institutions also. Then teaching, of course, yeah, today I have discussed about the traditional digital or in a hybrid, blended forms of teaching. Now let's go into the next one. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Otherwise, I will step into my next. This is as the course is on sensitization of NEP 2020. I will not spend much time because you must have already heard a lot of session on NEP 2020. But just I will say the vision and the prospects of NEP 2020. How we have to see this NEP 2020 to take, we have to build our confidence, we have to build our system based upon the NEP 2020 also. So, first one is the NEP 2020 vision. It envisions the education system, especially the higher education system, that the education system in India should be rooted in our own heritage and ethos, rooted in Indian heritage and ethos. We should not ignore our culture, the life of our people, our traditions. Especially there is a pattern. Recently it was coming. We were going more very advanced courses and forget about our indigenous knowledge and all. That's why now UGC has also has asked us, or they have asked to start indigenous knowledge system as a part of our university curriculum. So that Indian heritage and ethos, we should be that our system should be, it should be based upon that, and our students and all, they should know about our heritage and ethos when they come out of this higher education system. Secondly, it should be an equitable and vibrant knowledge society. It is not that knowledge for very people or a few sects of people. Our sometimes our ancient system also, it had difficulties. It was not for all, but and it should be equally distributed, and it should be vibrant. Everybody with they want a knowledge for their life, so we will be able to feed them with that knowledge in whatever form they want. So vibrant knowledge society, that is we are looking for a knowledge society now, and our education program should be attuned to this vibrant knowledge society. Then third one is providing high quality education to all. I have already mentioned, to everyone who wants or who is who has qualified, or who is having a vision, or he wants to have a thirst for higher education and all, we will be able to provide them. Because on financial background or on a limitation of the seats and all, we should not ignore the students, of course, provided they are well qualified and they are on tune with our educational programs. Then ultimately, as you know, our NEP 2020 gives a roadmap that to make India a global knowledge superpower. Not only that, that's why I started with that. We want our colleges and universities coming to the best, to be the best among the in the world, knowledge institution or institutions, and it should be a powerful system. Even people from other countries, they want, they will appreciate, and they want, and they will appreciate, or not only appreciate, they want our students to serve, or the people coming out of our system. That is why it has a knowledge superpower. They know that let us get the people from India. They will be having the best trained or skilled manpower we have. So that through our higher education system. So that is on global standards and norms we have to bring to our students who are coming out of our system. So that's all regarding NEP 2020. vision. Now we will go into the next one. That is, although we have told about the NEP 2020 vision, what now it is we are implementing the NEP 2020 slow by slow. From 2022 onwards, the programs are going on for implementation. Our MMTTC programs are also part of this implementation or sensitization of NEP 2020. But let us see the future prospects. What are the future prospects? How we can take this NEP 2020 will be able to help us in the future. Because after some time it will be NEP, this NEP 2020 will go, some other NEP will come. But with this NEP and the present system of education, we can, first one is, I have already told you, revamping higher education with global standards. This is our real goal or the mission. And for that, NEP says, as a future prospects, you should have a multidisciplinary, flexible, and liberal approach. Dear friends, please note that, we are all coming from the colleges and universities. We know that our institutions are multidisciplinary. No doubt about it. Whether it is a university, Gandhigram University, or Northeastern University, or a Cotton College of Guwahati, or a university college in Trivandrum, all are multidisciplinary institutions because a number of disciplines or subjects are taught there. Teachers are there. But making that, it is, we are segmenting the most of this, department. They do not have much unity, and they do not interact much to make that system very flexible and liberal. Make to the students with the multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary courses and all. So the NEP 2020 envisages that multidisciplinary, even IITs may not be a multidisciplinary institution till now, but even now they are most of the IITs, they are starting humanities and social science courses, and they are coming to be contributing through research and in their teaching. So multidisciplinary, it should be flexible and it should be liberal. Liberal means the students will be at a liberty to get or choose any number of disciplines or subjects of their choice. Earlier it was only rigid classification, and we will ask them to take that. Now they are asking, why not? They can have any type of combinations. Even they can have computer science with some cultural program, culture and arts courses, or even you can have physics with some of the programs like physics can be attached with the music and all. So likewise, if the student is talented in both, we can offer such courses. We can have the liberal approach. Now, second one is, please note that National Research Foundation and Research Ecosystem. National Research Foundation has already come up that they have already established with 50,000 50 crores, 1,000 crore rupees. They have established this research institution for funding our research. Earlier, this funding was very difficult, but now they are making the funding very liberal. So you can have up to number of projects from earlier. There is a feeling that most of the funding goes for the science subjects and all, science or technology, but now it is not so. The National Research Foundation is asking us to have, is giving us a chance for getting projects funded in any field, any aspects like traditional knowledge system or historical aspects, or we can have youth empowerment or women empowerment, or even sciences also, technology also. So they are bringing it to a national foundation. And also we should have a very strong research ecosystem. That is, research ecosystem means that is higher education ecosystem, that we have to do research, and we have to progress, and we have to link that teaching with the research. And whatever, there are research gaps in many areas. We have to do, we will be able to take up research and cope up with that and improve that system all the time. So that, National Research Foundation, I have already mentioned. And the third aspect is also very, very important. And it is, I will say, it is a very important future prospect for university teachers. That is academic and institutional autonomy. Dear friends, academic and institutional autonomy means a freedom or a right for us to have our own courses and our own methods of teaching, or our own, the way we can come up with our own classroom and activities and all. Earlier days, India was supposed to be, or India was having a very low level of academic autonomy. It is only countries like Korea were behind it. It was one of the very least, empowered academic autonomy we had. But now, NEP says that each teacher is a king in the class. You can envisage the courses you want, and you can bring out your own pedagogy, activities and all that. And even the institutional autonomy is also they are arguing for. There is no need for affiliation. All this college affiliated to university, that will go away by 2035. Sorry, 2035. They will, all the institution, they will become autonomous. So you have that autonomy to start the, program research or curricular events and activities, student activities and all. And that is the third one. It's a future prospects. We are not, we are starting that, and we have to gain more about this, or bring more about this academic and institutional autonomy in our education institutions. Now, the third one is internationalization, digitalization. Rashmi, I am sorry, Rashmi. Rashmi, you can mute. Hello, Rashmi. Hello. Internationalization, digitalization, and transparency is very, very important. That we can have that the centers. So we can have the centers of foreign universities, and we can have from Canada, from Oxford, and all these places. We can have outstanding universities. Why don't we bring their campuses in all over India? Even UGC has already started, programming to bring starting the campuses in various parts of India. And the digitalization, I have already discussed with you, and we can have a lot of transparency. That is, whatever Sudhir is teaching here, it will be a transparent thing. It can be taken up and we can debate it and critically examine it. So elsewhere also we can take it everywhere to any forum. Then we want outstanding faculty, very brilliant, very bright faculty engaged with the teaching and research. That's what in their classroom activities. And effective faculty development program. Of course, this program also I will feel that it is a very effective, it will become a very effective program to know or to bring up the quality or even to the continuous advancement of the knowledge among our young faculty members. So the 5 pillars of NEP, as you know, that accessibility, affordability, accountability, equity, and quality. These are the things we have to acquire, or we have to take into consideration when we think about the higher education system from any point of view. Accessibility means if the student are, if they have the merits, or if they have the competency, there should be accessible. Most of our program should be accessible to them. And affordable also. It should not be highly, you have to pump a lot of money. No, it should be affordable that, students can take it up, complete that courses. Accountable. that the students also should be accountable, and there should be good assessment system. Even the teachers also should be accountable when they teach and all. They have to find out whether they are effective and all. And equity and quality, that is already I have mentioned that. It is a equitable distribution of the knowledge, and it is not that we have to subsidize the knowledge when we take it into various parts of the remote area. The quality we have to maintain throughout. Whatever the equity when we speak, but the quality should not be suffered. So equity and quality, this we can consider as the 5 pillars of higher education in India. Dear friends, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will carry on with the next slide. Yeah. Now we will go more into linking that education with the societal aspects. We have 3 slides, or I will discuss with you 3 aspects related to society and education. One is social development, second one is sustainable development, and the third one is the psychosocial development. So we will discuss the first one, education for social development. Education, we consider, sometimes people used to challenge us. What is the need for education? We are spending so much of money for the school, for the colleges, for professional institutions and all. If you close them, nothing will happen. That's not right. And we have to challenge that. Need education. It is a cornerstone for social development. That is, not only we are developing, we are promoting the knowledge, we are promoting the skills, but even we are promoting the overall development of the individual and development of the society and the people. So from that angle, we can say education is a cornerstone for any social development in any country. And many of the countries they have proved. They have the best countries in the world like Finland or Japan or Norway and all. They have the best education system, and the quality of life for social development is very high. So why not? We think in terms of education is the best means for social development and improving the quality of life. It fosters communal well-being and progress. That community and the progress of the community we can foster more through our higher education or school or higher education. And second point is very important. It emphasizes the collective as well as individual gain. How the communal well-being and progress happen, because that our education system, it is a taking both, it is a collective action as well as individual gains are there. We have very good, we are nursing the learners and they will become our future prospects. That's why the individual gains are there and the collective approaches. It is a massive approach and we are taking the research and other things. It will become a very collective thing. It is contribution to the entire society and all. Third one is it empowers students with the knowledge, skills, and values. No problem. Individual gains means that includes this knowledge, skills, and values. Okay. Then it facilitates active participation in society's welfare and growth. We cannot demean any institution that they are away from social welfare. Even when I joined Gandhigram, they told society's welfare is paramount. Your school or your college or your PhD scholars and all are there, but finally it should be for the welfare of the society. And you should prove that how we can take this to the welfare of the people around us, and that is for their welfare and their growth. And it encourages civic engagement and economic development. Civic engagement means we are preparing our students. They are going to be the professionals and even the leadership and all. These are all depends upon our how we prepare our students and how they engage themselves in the societal civic programs and all, and it will lead to the economic development also. It informs us human centric approach. We have to think in terms of a human centric approach, that the welfare of the society, welfare of each of the individual. That's very, very important. So this is the, I will say, education. We should encourage and prepare for the social development all the time. So, this is, then now we will go into the sustainable development. Now, how sustainable development, we can have social development, but with the social development, we should not damage or we should not ignore the future generations and all. So higher education institution, they are the microcosm to build up the society, even to take up the society to the next generation. So that is why that it is a microcosm. It is a very valuable microcosm that is meant for the welfare of the society. How it becomes helpful to this microcosm, how it is being helpful to the sustainable development. First of all, it transcends academic knowledge and professional competency. So academic knowledge, we have our obtained number of programs or courses. We have that is through that we have the academic knowledge or the research skills and all we develop, and we make the professional competency. That is the future professionals like teachers, doctors, engineers, the construction workers, the agriculturists, everyone, they should be competent enough. And if that we link this higher education with the society, we can even bring up this, that knowledge and professional competency that will give a long way for the sustainable development of the society. It promotes critical thinking, social literacy, and ethical reasoning. These are very, very important. That is, when you have a student, he will challenge you if you are, throwing the waste water, or if we are smoking in the, in the public and all. There is a critically, empowered student. He will challenge you. So that critical knowledge is needed. This will become harmful to the entire society, to the people. Or even the social literacy, what are the norms of the society and how we have to behave in the society, and all these things will be taught well. And ethical reasoning, many of the ethical reasoning, we have the ethics that we should, we have to follow certain norms, and that reasoning we should come up and we should develop that ethical reasoning. Otherwise, there will be ethical reasoning is not there. There will be, damage to many of the things there, even to the water system, or even to the societal systems, and even to the natural systems and all. So we have to follow them. We may not destroy them for our own advantage. So the critical thinking, which may lead to ethical reasoning, and it may, that social literacy is also a part of the critical thinking and ethical reasoning. So these are very, very important for for the sustainable development of the society. Then third one is the reflex and shape cultural norms, political ideologies, and socioeconomic patterns. Dear friends, unknowingly, knowingly or unknowingly, we reflect and we shape the cultural norms. Many of the cultural norms get changed through our education system, or even that cultural norms will get protected or safeguarded through our, through our classroom activities or research activities. And even we can bring out the new political ideologies and even new socio-economic order and pattern. So this will help you that the new norms and all, but this will be that, but they should be sustainable. So that sustainable development, but even with the new ideologies, new norms and all, that sustainable development will take place. It prepares future leaders who becomes champions of the champions of the for the change. So this is a very challenging point. When I introduced this in some of the universities elsewhere in Calcutta or in Northeast, they challenged me, sir. We cannot make these future leaders as champions of change, or they may be catalysts of change. That's what we're telling. But I gave them two examples how they become, how we can take them, some of our students, or the products of our higher education, how they have become instrumental for bringing out a lot of changes, or they became the champions themselves. I'm giving you two examples from Tamil Nadu. One I have already mentioned earlier, that is the aerospace scientist and statesman Dr. Abdul Kalam. He studied in a nearby, in Gaddigaram nearby, that Tiruchirappalli in St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli, for his BSc Physics. So he's a product of our higher education institution. And later on, he had his aerospace engineering in Madras Institute of Technology. So, see, this is the way these two institutions, he says, that reshaped his the whole life. That gave him the courage and confidence to become a aerospace scientist, and he became a outstanding leader and became the president of India from 2002 to 2007. And he has brought in a lot of changes, especially in education, developing research and development, and technology integrated education and all. He has contributed very high. And another one I will also want to mention is the previous or earlier president of India, that philosopher statement, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. He's also a product of the Madras Christian College, where he was almost 10 years he was a student there, and he was an admirable teacher and a philosopher and a researcher. So these are, I will say, they can be considered, and he became the president of India, served India very well between 1962 to 67. And we also acknowledge his day as the Teachers' Day and all. So the total contribution for these outstanding leaders they have given to the people, they have given to our system, it's very high. So we can consider them as the champions, and they have brought a lot of reforms and changes, during that their tenures in power, and ensure a social societal advancement, inclusive and sustainable. We should be inclusive. That's very, very important. We should not be for keeping away from the people and all. Even today morning, I was discussing more about the tribal development, how our university or the college system can take up this tribal development. Many of the tribal areas are very remote, and even they are not getting attention, healthcare or education and all. They are struggling. So it is our duty to make them inclusive and bringing to our nature. Then second one is this sustainable development. We should not forget about the sustainable. We should not, we will make education as inclusive as possible and also as sustainable. We should not bring our programs which will become injurious to the people, to the students, or to the next generations and all. We have to be very, very sustainable programs, so that will contribute to the sustainable development of the society. And we have a feeling that the educated populace is equipped to face the calamities and tackle any social issues. Any calamities and social issues, if they are coming, that our educated populace, they have got the knowledge, skills, or competency to face, and confidence. I will say the competency and that that calamities. And I can give you some of the when the tsunami happened, that our Gandhigram University we were made into squads and we had gone there during that session. And we prepared immediately because we have even, generated the skills. Then we were ready for the help for the people there. Not only tackling that situation, even the future actions. In some of our students even took it up for the social welfare or for the education of the children who have lost their parents and all at that point of time. So that's why we want to say, even another example is how we can make it inclusive and sustainable and to face calamities and social issues. Even during the Corona time, I remember, many of our research scholars or PGA students and all, they were helping the people through the technology, social medias and all. And even sometimes the people here, they are in Tamil Nadu, they were having problem in getting attention of medical attention, or even they were not able to keep away, even they were not able to know the protocols and all. So our, some of our scholars are very admirable, and they did such a good service at that point of time. Even we say that we were equipping them, and at the most suitable time of that calamity, they were able to help the society. And even I want to admire, or even to just spell out the name of one person. His name was Dr. Palbaskar. He studied on social media, and he was running some of the social activities and programs here. Then he was very good in healthcare system and all, and giving through using his social media, he was reaching the people, and many people, they will come to me, and then I will ask them, you contact Dr. Paul Bhaskar, he will help you. But to tell you very sadly that we lost him because of Corona itself. All on a sudden, he became so much involved, but became a victim to it. But we, we admire him, the way he helped the people during the Corona time. He must have saved thousands and thousands of lives before he lost his own life. So that is educated or brilliant populace we are bringing. They will become very, very good, and that social competence will be there. Social consciousness will be there. And they are ready to launch programs at any calamities, during any problems or calamities. So such activities, or I will say, such a populace equipped with competency, and they will be, if they are ready to face, they should be ready to face the calamities and tackle the social issues. It will help the sustainable development of the society. That's all regarding the sustainable development. We will go into the next slide before we break for the second session. Next one, I will say a little more about not about sustainable development, but a little bit about psychosocial development. That is also very, very important. We have examined social development, that so sustainable development. Then we will take it up. The next slide, that is on psychosocial development. It is also very important. We should not ignore the populace, the people, and also that psychosocial development. Let me get that slide for you. That is psychosocial development. See, we have a feeling if we get a PhD and all, we are okay. But the system, we feel that higher education system should yield to all, or we should take care, wherever, in whatever way, in all through science, technology, arts, humanities, and all. We should have the development or look into the psychosocial development process of these various stages of our life. Especially, we say that early childhood care, that is care of the children. At that point, that is we will be ready to take care of them. The psychosocial development. There is social development also. The psychic development of these children. That is then the formative years, their language development. This all we should develop. We should have better teachers and better resources. We have to work out appropriate technology. We can work out so that we can have early childhood education and care. That is first thing is how to take care of our younger generation, little children and all. A number of courses wherever you are working in a university and college, think about the younger population who are coming up, their needs, their demands, and their welfare you have to bring in. Then second one is the adolescence. That it is a pivotal stage, identity formation and search for sense of self and competency. That we have the crucial role as higher education, the teachers, faculty members, or even with our students. We can have that adolescent when they are high school or when they are coming to the college and all. That time, of course, we are directly involved with their care and welfare all the time. But we can have many of the programs launched which will give them an identity. The identity is very, very important. And with that identity, we can promote them to the higher level of learning and research. So this is a very crucial stage. Sometimes they may have their own problems, critical stage in their development. So there we have to take care of them. Even a number of individual attention, critical discussions with them, and even sometimes parents may not be in a position to take care at that point of time. Early childhood, of course, but adolescents, they are mostly in the care of our teachers and all, or our education, and we have to bring it to the peer system also in such a way that will all help the adolescent development. Then third one is the adulthood. That is adulthood also. We have to reshape that adulthood. So because we are preparing the competent and professionally competent and skilled, even intelligentsia or even the resources we are bringing, they are taking care of our industries or our institutions and all. Even our own students, they become adults and they will take care of our own colleges, universities, and those schools and all. So that we have to think that they are going to be the future resources or the future leaders and all. So we have to we have to develop their professional competency. We have to develop them that humanistic tendencies and all, and they have to have that confidence and vibrance. That is adulthood is also very important. Sometimes we do not have. That's why some of the education institutions, they are challenged because they are not having any linkage with the professional bodies or industries or factories and all. So it will be good if you have a sort of a linkage or engagement with them also. For this will promote the adulthood especially. Now the last one is also important. This was earlier, it was not there, but the taking care of the senior citizen, because our healthcare system has improved and many of our elderly people, they are staying and they are on life. Even in a state like Kerala, they have a lot of migrants, but even with that, their quality of life is so, it has gone up, and they have a higher number of senior citizens. And every alternate house, you will see a senior citizen. So the care of the welfare, the senior citizen, the welfare of the senior citizen, and even we have to educate our students and all to take care of them. and we have to bring the mechanisms. Even gerontology has become a part of the education system. Earlier, it was not there, but when we thought in terms of this increasing the number of the old age population, from then we thought of having the applied gerontology, social gerontology, and as courses. And many of my students in Gandhigram also, they have taken good, they have done good research, and they are taking care of the senior citizens in their own area, especially in the rural or even in the cities or metro cities and all. So the welfare and the care of the senior citizen, of course, there are obtain number of problems with the senior citizen, but we cannot even help them. So their psychosocial development is also a concerned thing with us. So I will say that psychosocial development of all the different segments of population, that is childhood and adolescence, adulthood, and even for the old age or the senior citizen, we can take good care. So that is the three levels of development that higher education, we can promote that social development, sustainable development, and the psychosocial development. And even when I say sustainable development, we have to think in terms of all the 17 sustainable development goals. Please take note that India has to achieve these sustainable development goals by 2030. And our universities or colleges or higher education has a very crucial role in achieving or attaining these sustainable development goals. First one is by 2030, eradicate extreme poverty for all people everywhere. Even whether it is in Northeast or in Kerala or in Sudan or in Kakamega, anywhere that we wanted to have no poverty. So this is a challenge thrown to us. And the second goal is zero hunger. That is end hunger, achieve food security, and improved nutrition by 2030. Yeah, nutrition is very, very important. Unless even in childhood care and all, unless you take the nutritional compound, then it will be, you will get a weak system of people. So that is zero hunger and improving the nutrition security and nutrition is very, very important. And third one is the good health and well-being of the people. That is the third goal. That is ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages by 2030. Then fourth goal is quality education. This is a goal which is concerned with us more and more, and we were even a lot of projects now at the national level how to achieve this at the school level, at the college level and all. That ensure that all girls and boys complete free, equitable and quality primary, secondary, and even I will say collegiate education. Then goal number 5 is gender equity, to achieve gender equality and empower the women. We will discuss a little bit about empowerment of the women in due course. And clean water and sanitation, ensure availability and sustainable management of the water sanitation for all by 2030. And goal 7, affordable affordable and clean energy. That is, we should have ensure that affordable and reliable, sustainable and modern, that is, clean energy for all by 2030. This is sometime there will be a problem here, and many debates are going on. We will discuss it later. Decent work and economic growth for all. Promote a sustained and inclusive and sustainable economic growth. Then goal number 9, the industry, innovation and infrastructure. We have to develop the industries, develop the sustainable industrialization and foster innovations by 2030 and reduce inequality. The NEP vision is quality, that is reduce inequality within and among our countries, within our country also, among other countries also. Sustainable cities and communities, make cities and human settlement inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Cities are also important. Don't think only our villages, rural areas. Cities are given due attention in sustainable as a goal number 11. Responsible consumption and production. Ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. So we have to consume whatever is needed for us, and production of patterns also should come up so that there should be enough for everyone. Climate action. Take urgent action to combat climatic change. This can become a curriculum. Life below water, that we have to think in terms of the taking care of the sea, the marine resources for our sustainable development. Life on land, restore and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, combat desertification, and halt biodiversity loss. Goal number 16, practice justice, and from that law, rights that peaceful and inclusive societies. We have to have that restoring the human rights to all by goal number 16. And of course, development process to assess the justice for all, that is the watchword for that. Then 17th, partnership, that we can have partnership with other institutions, other countries and all, to strengthen all these 16 components or the self-development goals within a span of, they have given it in 2015 to 2030, that hopefully 2030 we may not be able to achieve them 100%, but 70 to 80% if we achieve, that is well and good. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, now we can have a break for some time, and if you have any questions, you can we can have an interaction for a few minutes, then we can break. Thank you. Hello, friends. Everybody has left, or where is it? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Oh, okay. So when should I have the break, sir? 5:30,
Okay.
or we have break now, or 5:30? Hello. Can I get your?
Okay,
Hello.
sir. Okay.
Okay. If there are some questions, we can have a discussion, can go for a break, or we can have break right now. And when you come back, we can have a discussion.
Sir, no question, sir.
So, should I break up now, or should I continue? How much time you want? If I break up now?
Sir, break, sir.
Sir, I
Okay.
think there is no question, so we will take the break of 10 minutes and then we will continue, sir.
Okay then. Okay,
Okay,
then
sir.
let us reassemble around 5:40.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
5:40, 5:45. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, friends.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Unlimited or Hello.
Hello, sir. Shall we start, sir? Hello, Professor Sudhir, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Shall we start, sir?
Sure. I'm ready.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Hmm. Please
Yes, sir. Yes, yes. I am listening,
keep
sir.
the. No, before this, there are some.
So this one?
No. Before this, still before this. Academic before next, the previous one. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now I will.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Please be continued, sir.
Okay. If there are any questions, you can come in between also. Otherwise, we will start. And because we have few more areas to cover, so far we have discussed about the goals of education. Then we have discussed about the NEP vision. Then we have seen some of the how society and higher educations are interrelated from the point of view of social development, from the point of view of sustainable development, and even from psychosocial development. I think now we will go into the next aspects. That to the next slide. Can you show the next slide? Uh, that is education. That is promotes ICT for sustainable development. ICT for sustainable development. Um, hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Can we go to the next? Yeah, it has come now. Promotes ICT for sustainable development. You know, see, we have been discussing about sustainable development, the social development, and all. But many times we feel, lost because even the human resources in itself are not able to bring out the sustainable development. But we can create the human intelligence chase like that. We can create that ICT, that is in information and communication technology. To that extent, it can care for the sustainable development. For this, we should have the access to information that everybody, we can say that it is very easy to use and all, but when we bring them in an education system, first of all, we will see that we have this access to information. That is, ICT opens doors to vast knowledge repositories, even in the remote areas or in very backward areas and all. If you bring in this ICT, that can bring a lot of change in them. Instead of bringing them to the classroom and teaching them and all, we can reach them through the ICT. And even ICT in itself can empower them. So that is very, amiable or important use of information, technology. That is, everyone should have the information technology. Especially, we should be that a higher education system should be in a position to, to they can extend the information system to all. And also they can even sometimes this information system may have some of the disadvantages also. So we should caution them that these are the disadvantages. You may have to take care of that information technology. Otherwise, cultivating this information technology or ICT is very, very important. Then second one is I want to say connecting communities through the digital platforms. We can connect, communities across the globe or even across the people, in an area. There also we can, we can collect them, we can engage them, we can train them, we can collaborate with them, and even we can build up many things if you have that, if you make use of ICT as for connecting the communities or with the people. Third one, we want eco-friendly technologies. Sometimes we need energy efficient technologies that can complement to sustainable development. Sometimes some people they say that they are against ICT because it will yield to development but not to sustainable development. When we think in terms of sustainable development, it should not be injurious to the people or even to the, it should not make an addiction and all. It should not create that addiction in the younger generation or in the next generations and all. So we can have, very eco-friendly technologies, and that advancement of those clean technologies among our even in the remote areas or even our rural areas and all, that will be more preferred for a sustainable development. Even I can give you an example before I leave this the whole frame, that I had a student. He came to me at the turn of the century around 1996 or 97. He came to me, and then he was a faculty under the faculty development program. He came and he started discussing with me, and it was 2001 or 2 that we were telling about that government had some program for promoting the ICT. Then I asked him, why don't you make this ICT? Then he was a very good scholar. Later, he became the principal of Loyola College, Chennai. And now also he is a provisionalist here, been to Rome. And also he took it up, Father Thomas, Mridam Thomas. He got his PhD on the topic ICT for the empowerment of farmers in Tamil Nadu. So that is the way he started. Then even I had a difficulty initially how he is going about the ICT. And he says that he brought me that idea only through ICT and clean ICT and all. Or as ICT revolution is needed for the sustainable of any segment of population. And he identified farmers. So he started going all around the Tamil Nadu and identifying what are the type of ICT they are using. And even sometimes he has to, he will bring to the village knowledge, VKC, that is village knowledge centers. And he will get the details or the data from them. At the same time, he will give them training. And even at the later stages, he used to give them gadgets also. And they have to make use of them for their. So the agriculture is that workers, that even that those who are farm workers and all, even the women, and even those who are making these commodities to the market and all, that marketing sector, that is also a part of that agriculture system, he says. So he wanted that ICTs to be used by them. So popularizing that ICT, he says that people, that farmers and the people related to farming and marketing, they will become more knowledgeable, they will have the information, they will unite themselves, and even they will exchange their knowledge and their difficulties and all. That even that will promote their empowerment among the farmers. That was the whole thesis for him. And he got awarded PhD perhaps in 2020, 2005 or so. And, he has given what even the various positive aspects and even the negative aspects also he has discussed very well. And even the female and the male, the farm workers, those who are in the organizing sector, those who are in the marketing sector, everyone he has brought them under his study sample. And he has shown how their knowledge or the use of ICT can empower them and in their decision making and in their work arrangements, and even about knowledgeable and about taking the welfare and getting a better education and all. This ICT will help them. So that is the need for ICT is a better weapon or a tool for sustainable development. Please note that. Then go to the next slide. That is academic resilience is also very, very important, dear friends. That is academic resilience. I think Ashish, some sound is coming from your vehicle. So next slide. I am not able to operate from here. Please go to the next slide. That is on academic resilience and quality of life. That academic resilience, we never thought of a resilience as a part of our higher education program. But resiliency seems to be one of the important aspects which we should look into very, very seriously nowadays, especially after the COVID pandemic and all. That resilience is part is very, very important. Not the resilience, the resilience, it is the capacity to cope up and to cope, to learn and thrive in face of any challenges or any adverse situation, challenges or adversity. And children or our students should have the ability to bounce back, recover, or rebound from adversity. They should not become a victim to that adverse situations. They should be able to bounce back, and they should use their abilities to bounce back. That ability, especially in the academic, whenever it is related to their academic programs, whenever it is related to their research or learning or training programs and all, then we can say that we are developing or promoting the academic resilience. And the academic resilience can help through various, it is, if you have that, some of the researchers highlights that following individual level of attributes and skills associated with we should develop a number of skills associated with the resilience, and we should promote that attributes among the learners. So even among the faculty members. So that academic resilience is very, very important. Sometimes otherwise we will succumb. Even some of the research scholars now, they say that, they are victims of suicides and other things. They will go into lots of trauma, stress and all. This, if they have the academic or research resilience, they can bring back them to the normality and face any calamities anywhere, anytime. So how we can develop this academic resilience? Hello, can you bring the next slide? Next slide, please. Yeah, academic resilience. The academic resilience, higher level of social competence we have to develop. That social competence, social confidence, these are to be developed. And problem solving ability we have to nurse among the students. Any problem, don't get succumbed to it. Think about the alternate ways or the sources by which you can save yourself and overcome that problem. And sense of autonomy, we have to believe in ourselves, and I can, that self-efficacy, this has to be improved among our students. And lastly, sense of purpose, hope, and meaning. So there should be a purpose in our continuing our education. It is not that we failed in a paper, we leave, and other things. We feel ridiculed or abused within the peers and all. It is not that way. We have a purpose, we have a meaning. Sometimes there can be setbacks, but we have to, that is, purpose, hope, and meaning will help you to bounce back and come to the reality, to the normality as early as possible. And academic resilience, and it will help you to improve the quality of life also among the students, among the faculty, or among the anybody in the society. For this, we can have personal competency is very much needed. I have already told you some of the personal competency which is needed. Then the second one is the academic excellence, fostering resilience in educational settings. How we can bring back our students and give them training, coaching, and all. And not only it will help them, they can help to the others, and also that positive affects and academic importance and even their performance, and give them chances to perform well and attain well. So performance should be related to attainment, and it is not evaluating them and giving them some negative feedback. Even valuation, we say now, it is to be in a positive way. It should help them to become more proficient and knowledgeable. Are you getting? Otherwise, just giving marks or saying that he is wrong and all, that is not the right type of assessment and all. So educational excellence can also help the academic resilience and improve the quality of life. Then societal welfare also. Resilient learners are adaptable, equipped to contribute significantly to societal development. They themselves can help others, and even the society, that understandable or empathic society, they will take care of the students, or empathic teacher, or that he will bring back his students. Even the society will see that home or that school that has to be brought back into the normal state as early as possible. So I will say the personal competency, educational excellence, and societal welfare. These are the three main components through which we can raise the academic resilience and quality of life among our students and even the members of the society. Go to the next one now. That is academic resilience. Now it is coming up after a long way, because earlier that resilience we never thought the students can go to home and sit there idle and all, but they have to come back and continue their education. That normal state of action we can call that resilience is required. And even after the COVID pandemic, we have designed various ways that we have brought back the academic resilience in our schools and colleges. Then next one is education for the welfare and wisdom. That is education. Next slide, please. For the welfare and wisdom. That is, one of the motto, we may not fully agree with that, but the achievement of the wisdom and the welfare of the society is very, very paramount. And the wisdom of its members, that is when we take up the students and all, they should contribute to the welfare of their society, and they should attain a higher level of actualization and wisdom. For this, holistic development of the learners are very, very important. Holistic learning learners, then this is very much recommended by our national education policy. That is holistic education or holistic development of the learners. So that holistic education is very, very important. That is not only that cognitive development. We have to see that he has a language proficiency, language development, socio-emotional development, even he has a physical development, he has the spiritual development, and he may have the professional development. So all around that personal competency we have to bring in. So that's very much needed for this welfare of the of our students. Then hello, next slide. Academic. It has gone to the previous slide. I don't know. So hello, next slide, please. That is second one is the community welfare also. That's community welfare. Education is intrinsically linked to societal welfare with the knowledge and personal growth serving as catalysts for community-wide benefits. Our own benefits, and we are bringing up these children of our learners. They will serve as the catalyst for the communities wide range of benefits. And not only in one aspect, the total higher education system you have to take it up. Whether it is in healthcare system or health or engineering or technology or in a space mission or even in a subjects, developing various subjects, and even poverty eradication program, tribal development, all these things are linked to each other. So that welfare measures are very much to be taken up, and we have to prepare our students to become or the catalyst for the future benefits or welfare of the communities. Of course, we can have the value-based learning, that is incorporating the value into the curricula, and it nurtures wise decision, make up good decisions. And as I told you, that empathetic natures of the members of the society, and even the teachers will become very empathetic. They should understand the problems of the student and solve the problems of the students very fast. So empathic, and it should be rooted in our should be rooted in our heritage. So some of the value system of especially the value system of India is supposed to be very good, very outstanding. So we have to bring up that, nurture that value system and develop that wisdom among our students through this higher level of value-based learning and value-based education. So that's all regarding education for the welfare and wisdom. Let's go to the next slide. The welfare, the education, that future prospects of higher education. What are the future prospects of higher education? Let us see. Go to the next slide. No, previous slides. Education, youth empowerment. No, this is we are advancing. Go to the reverse direction. Sorry. No, sorry. Can I come back to this? Somebody can help me. Okay. Thank you. Future prospects of higher education. Now, how we think about it. So many things we have brought it up. So what should be the type of prospects for higher education for serving the society? That's also important. Not only that, education itself will not, we will not look into. So one is to improve the personalized learning. Advances in all fronts of learning including machine learning, artificial intelligence. We will have more individualized educational experiences. Earlier, we were thinking more of the collective based, even that indigenous knowledge system and all. We have to reach the people so that they can have the personalized system. They can make use of that, so they will not lose, or they will not limit themselves from, they will not lose anything from, for want of attending that educational program. Second one is as I have already mentioned, the collaboration is also needed. The technological integration, this enables the cross-border and even academic collaboration within that institution, beyond that institution, and within the other states and foreigns and all. So that global collaboration is very much needed. So, even for teaching, training, exchange programs, and even for the research programs, we need a lot of global programs. Then third one is the sustainable practices. Higher education institutions are set to superhead sustainability from reducing, some of the things that will have adverse effects, carbon footprints and all, and that we should have a green curriculum, or that is the curriculum we should see that they should not, that students should not lead into the negative aspects about the in the society or in the environment. We can take up that things, and the students can have the they know have the knowledge proficiency. These are the best ones. These are the most sustainable practices. Let us advocate for that. So that's all regarding future prospects of higher education. Now we will go to the next one, that is higher education, lifelong learning. Higher education. So this I thought. Some of them, they told, why do you bring this lifelong learning in a session on society? But NEP says so much of importance to lifelong learning. They say that it is not that we make them proficient in their subjects and research and all, but they should even continue that learning throughout their life. Then only our vision of our education should be, that is achieved. So how we can manage it, or how we can have this lifelong learning even for a student who is going away from the schools and colleges. We can have online platforms. That's why we are asking you to develop a number of Swayam or MOOC programs. So that platforms that will help them to continue their learning. Many of them, they want to cultivate interest or even to have proficiency in varied other areas. Even when they are learning in our classroom, or even after the learning, they should be able to do that through online platforms are very good. Then the second one is flexible scheduling. We can provide opportunities for all, flexible and liberal approach. Even I am so happy that your program has come up after 5 o'clock. Earlier, they used to say we have to conduct all these programs 10 to 4 or 10 to 5. Now we are making it flexible for the convenience of the teachers and all. They can even reach home and they can attend either from their department or from their home and all. So even when we can give them the competency, they can have flexible scheduling and join the programs anytime and complete their courses and all. Then community engagement, active citizenship and informed populace. That is, community engagement is very, very important. Sometimes after we leave the department or the college, we are become so much isolated. We are never involved in other programs, and also community engagement. Even to bring up new areas of learning or new curriculum, new activities, or even promoting cultural programs and all, community engagement is very, very important. Next one is, now we will discuss some of the focused areas, that is higher education and women empowerment, and higher education youth empowerment, and higher education for tribal empowerment and all. Dear friends, higher education plays a transformative role in women empowerment, that providing insights that lead to better educational policies and societal change. We can recommend policies, we can bring reforms, and even sometimes there will be cultural and social changes take place. Our thought process will bring a change, new areas, new ideas will come up that will be helpful to the women, and also delves into critical issues such as gender disparities and access to education, that is educational reforms and all we can bring, so that women from anywhere, from any socio-economic background, or even from remote areas, they will be accessible to join that program. Creates an inclusive learning environment for women. Sometimes we may have to reach the footsteps of their families for taking them, like a technological advancement, information technology and all. If you want to take, we have to bring the women, and even make them into groups. Then only that environment and the climate and the support we should bring, then only we can empower the women. And programs aimed at breaking down the barriers for the program. Many of them barriers, there are barriers that will make them, even sometimes they have to, they cannot come out of their house. They may have the domestic host. They say that they have to take care of the children and all. How it will be possible for us to come? These barriers, we have to think about what appropriate ways we can think about, so that these barriers will go away, and there will be equal understanding and equal footing for boys and girls to come up in their education, and encourage pursuits in STEAM, that not STEM is STEAM, that then fosters leadership skills. Even we can have enough number of women, that is we have already in our faculties, and even as our administrators, as vice chancellors and all. So we have to encourage the women. I will give you an example of a research we have conducted in our Gandhigram University for women empowerment. Women have a number of opportunities to realize their full potential and contribute it to their own welfare, to the welfare of their families, and to the welfare of the society. So I had a student, her name is Sister Hilaria Sundari. She was a UGC scholar. She came wrong back perhaps in 1998 or so, and started, her topic was, she came from the village, these areas in Tirunelveli in Ghana, and she has studied in Stella areas. She wanted to have a program for the women empowerment, and she wants to how to link the higher education for women empowerment. So that was her PhD topic also. So she didn't go like ICT for the empowerment of women, but she went making some of the barriers, making these students, village women. She found that girls and all, they are not able to come, and even their parents are preventing them and all. So she developed the self-help groups in the villages, in all the villages, in all the districts in Tamil Nadu. She showed that self-help groups and all. And then that self-help groups, she made that self-help groups with micro credits and all, and giving them training and all to empower these children. They can empower the women. Well, they can take independent decision, even for their the education of their children, welfare of their family, even health crises and all, and even campaigns against alcoholism and all. So even environmental protection also, she brought that this women empowerment program. So through the self-help group, she developed all these things. So So, higher education, that women empowerment is very, very important. Of course, if you have some data, we can examine further about the empowerment of the women and the, higher education, how it has contributed for bringing, women to various levels. Even, arts programs, even the technology, and even the health sciences, and even teaching profession and all. So, and even in the agriculture profession and all, how we have gone improving empowering the women. This survey of higher education in India shows that there is no doubt about that. That is, there is an enhanced enrollment of women in the higher education institutions in India. It has gone 10 or 20, 10 to 12 percent more than what we have achieved at the turn of this century. The enrollment rate of among the women has drastically improved in the way, at the turn of this century, especially in 2020. It has coming up very well. So you can further, support this point of higher education for the empowerment of women from, from the data. I will leave it to you. Then now we will go to the empowerment of the, that is empowerment of the youth. That's also important. Not only the empowerment of the women, we have to empower the youths also. So that is the next slide. I will get into it. That empowerment of the youth. No, I'm not getting the. No. Sorry, I'm coming. Education and the youth empowerment. Youth empowerment, we have to give, because some of us have a belief. Why do we speak about youth empowerment? Because we are always giving education to them and we are making them their proficiency and competency and all. But beyond that, we have to see that how this further we can promote this empowerment, because it is not plodding through this education system. They have their own commitment, they have their own decisions, and they have their own ideology and all. If only to that extent, if we can bring them, that real empowerment of the youth take place. And this is very much needed. We take Lord Vivekananda as the, he's the leader of our youth empowerment programs in India. And India has the largest number of youths in the world. Now, if you take the statistics, you will see the more number of youths are there in our population. So, what are the ways in which we can empower these youths? First one is the educational pathways. We are already bringing them to the different types of education. But even here, I will say that the educational pathways will help them to get into professional competency. They can go to the different various branches of these professions and all. Also, they will have their own learning styles, their own styles of life, and even their own career aspirations. They should not imitate, or they should not follow anyone. Even we can only guide them or foster them. They will have their own aspirations. And even that the critical thinking 21st century skills, we have to know them very well. That is why the next point, that is skill development, is also very, very important. Through higher education research, that we have seen that it highlights the importance of evolving skill development to keep pace with the technological advancement for our students. And even I have seen that 21st century skills are very eminent for the development of our youth. Like 21st century skills, like the life skills after the COVID pandemic, we want that life skills to be developed among them. So they should not say, even sometime I have a feeling many of our students, they do not know about the importance of the life skills or the soft skills or the communication skills or the professional competency skills. So in all these skills, 21st century skills, we have to see that our education, higher education system bring up the a higher level of competency or proficiency among our learners. Not only among our learners, even and every youth in India should be developed. And sometimes the skills need to be, they have to be, de-skilled or re-skilled also. They have to go away with our past skills and they have to cultivate new skills also. Or sometimes they have to fuse or both the old are the new skills, like our traditional and digital teaching, that is skills. We have that skills. Now we are making integrating that skills. Sometimes it may require sometimes one part of the skills we have to avoid and go into the other type of skills. And even my own UGC emeritus program, I have conducted that study on youth empowerment. And my attempt was to develop how to develop these skills. And sometimes when some of the surveys showed that our curriculum is deficient and they are not able to develop these life skills or not, especially after the COVID pandemic and all, these life skills have become very, very important. And the 10 WHO life skills that we have tried to, we have developed the module and we have made up the teaching learning programs without, even we can attempt that from our classrooms. Even after our classrooms, that modules are available. We have developed that. So that will nurse these skills among them. Especially that 5 pairs of life skills are very, very important. Hello? Any problem? Any problem? Echo or anything? Okay. Hello. So that we can take out that WHO 10 life skills. First one is the self-awareness. We may a student to empower himself. He should be knowledgeable about himself and he has to be knowledgeable about that is self-awareness. His strength, his weaknesses, his proficiency, his wants, needs, and all. He should know. That against that, he should know about others also. That is the empathic skills, self-awareness and empathy. Then second one is they should have the critical thinking skills and creative thinking skills. Critical thinking and creative thinking skills are needed. And third one is the that is problem solving and decision making skills. Then fourth pair is the communication skills and interpersonal relationship. And the last pair, that is 9th and 10th, coping with the emotions and stress management skills. So these are the 5 pairs of critical life skills that has been given by WHO. So we have to have at least our students many of these all these skills developed. Not only this, the soft skills and some of the professional skills related to employment, they should not be want of. When they go into the professions, they should not be lacking in those skills, so that they say that our students are or youths are well empowered, and they should get civic engagement also. That is higher education. There is a focus on promoting civic engagement and social responsibility. This is very, very important. Not only civic engagement, they take up an occupation, profession, they are very good. they have become scientists and they have become scholars. But at the same time, they should say we have a social responsibility, bringing up our family, our community, our even the entire society. So such type of a cultivating generation, the addressing the societal challenges, even sometimes they will be ready to come up if any calamities or any challenges happens. So I will say youth empowerment, that educational pathways are very, very important. Skill enrichment or development is very, very important, and civic engagement is and social responsibilities. They have to engage themselves and give good social responsibility, take up the social responsibilities. Then we can say they have their own ideas, they have their own challenges in life, and even their own vision and their own decision, and even their own style and practice they follow, so that we encourage them very well. But they have to work in cohesion with the societal with the social structure, and they should show that social responsibility also. So that's all regarding the youth empowerment, education and youth empowerment. Let us not ignore it. Then another point is the Human Development Index. I have already told that the best countries in the world, they were, that is the world with a high quality of life, and those who are having higher level of Human Development Index, that is competency of the people is very high, and we have a that in the international level we are indexing this human indexes, and we are identifying each of the country at what level they are at the Human Development Index. So for the researcher says if you have a better educational attainment, it will lead to a higher Human Development Index. That educational proficiency and developing our competency itself is a catalyst, or is a factor to get to better level of Human Development Index. That is the quality of life and our sustainability in life, even our infant mortality and all we can reduce. So many aspects related to human life we can bring up if you have a better quality of education. Second one is we can have researches which will yield to social progress, that is societal progress, which are core components of this Human Development Index. We can have the system developed in such a way at any risk we can take care to that through that. So we need a lot of research and training to the people to go for this social progress, and social safety also is related to this Human Development Index. Many times we see the newspapers or TV news about the animal conflicts and all, and many of the human beings are getting lost their life and all. So a better social progress means we will reduce that conflict, so that the human welfare also will be there, even the animal protection or the protection of the environment also will be there. Now third one is, of course, whatever we say and we want to plan, then we have to have sufficient economic growth. So higher education research explores that economic growth is very much related to Human Development Index, and that economic growth of the country can also be brought in through developing more new strategies, new abilities, and new skill power, and all these things we can bring them together so that socio-economic development will be better, and we will have a trained manpower, qualified trained manpower that will take care of our employment, whether it is in factories or in schools or in government offices and all. So we will have better economic returns. That's all regarding the economic and Human Development Index. Then higher education and skilled manpower. I have already mentioned about it. Through skilled manpower, we can have capacity building, then we can bring innovations, and we can bring yield to the global competency. That is, capacity building is very much important. Higher education building capacity among the individuals, nurturing the skills, nurturing the proper attitude, the behavior pattern, the knowledge, that is, they have a higher thinking power and all, taking decisions at the appropriate times and all. That is the capacity, higher education, that higher education skills are needed for capacity building. And also, a lot of innovations also can bring. We can not go for toils like this. Many things we can simplify, and we can even save our energy loss if you have better take about that assistance of technology and all. So even the social technology, even the technology related to the industries, factories and all, that this will help the people to reduce their mundane, that is their physical power has been saved, so that they can make use of for innovative and novel ideas. Then global competency, enhancing global competency. I have told you that is we have to think in terms of world standards or global standards for our students. So a competency will be enhanced among our students, so that they will be on par with, and even they can have challenges from any other countries also. Even now also it is happening that our students, students or some of our scientists are better preferred in other countries. So we should make our each and every student competent enough to take up the job at the global level, or if any challenges coming from at a global level, they should be able to face it up. Then higher education and quality of life, that health and well-being, we can attend to it. Lifelong learning, I have already mentioned, and we have to have a socio-economic stability also, that education institutions create. We have to contribute policies and programs that will bring up better socio-economic stability. Like I will give you one example, then I will go to the next one. That if we can take up some challenging project on stopping this child labor and all, that will improve the socio-economic stability. These children should be in the schools and colleges, and they should be better skilled. And also there is a wage problem also. Seniors or the adult people are not getting job because they are using this young children. Now we have a lot of campaign, and we have a lot of research on child labor in Tamil Nadu. We having sustained approaches, and we have even brought down the child labor to large extent. So we have eliminated the child labor to large extent. So that socio-economic stability and the quality of life, even you can think about the child laborers, their quality of life. So if we can save them and bring them back to education and development program, their quality of life also will be quite high and quite good also. Now go to the, I do not have much we can have. If you have some questions, we can discuss it at the end, that I have given about the skilled manpower, then higher education and quality of life, health, well-being, and lifelong learning, and socio-economic stability we have already discussed that. So that is I don't know, I have higher quality, that is all right. Then implications of higher education research, then we will stop with that one. Next one, let us go into the next one. Please help me. That is implications of higher education. That is next slide I am trying to bring. Sorry. So, our two more slides, students, teachers. Um, I will, even without slide also, I can tell about that. First one is the implication of higher education, research or policy and practice. So, we have to make this higher education as a platform to bring out our future policies and all. Even, these members in this NEP 2020 policy also, they have been brought up from our past educational system. So they were likewise the future policies and all. You have to look into that. Policy development is also very, very important, dear friends. Then we can have inclusive practices. We want to include all the people. We bring them into the education system. If they are remote or if they are tribals and all, we want their welfare and we want to bring them to our education system. That is the inclusive practices. Policy development, inclusive practices. Then next one is the strategic funding. That whatever I have told you till now, that will not come true unless we have a strategic funding. So funding is needed for that is a higher education ecosystem. If you want to make that, it is not only the curricula or the pedagogy or the development of the teachers or orientation of the teachers and even the quality of the teachers, but the funding, the infrastructure and other resources are very much needed for the development of this ecosystem. There, I will say, strategic funding is needed. We should not starve for funding for launching these programs. Whenever there is a program, we have to launch this program, with our strategic. We have to have a lot of funding so that that can help that programs coming up well. So even sometime we may have some very good ideas through our research for our research and all, but unless we get that funding for that, strategic funding is there, we may not be able to do anything. Like I told you, when I joined Gandhigram University, they were giving me two aspects. One are to stop us. It was in 2002. Tamil Nadu is supposed to be a child labor endemic state in India. Then also we had a lot of communal conflicts. So that we wondered. I thought I will take up a massive research projects, and they told we will give you some seed money. You apply and get some funds from the government of India and even from DST and all they had. So then under their social welfare program and even from FAO and all, we started that having that funding. So that funding, that researchers went very well, and that strategies we have been able to practice in the later in our institutional level or for the government level. So that we were able to arrest or eliminate this child labor to a great extent. Now, the last point in implication is curriculum evolution. We have to have the curriculum reforms, and we have to be a change and the reforms we have to bring. And we have to evolve this curriculum according to the needs of the people, according to the needs of the society, that I will say. Because we cannot go for a curriculum which is 10 to 20 years back, and it may not have any relevance to either to the students or to the people around. So we have, that's what I say. Even every year we can change in the curriculum or reforms in the curriculum. And why not? And even if you are having autonomy, we can bring in new areas which are needed for the development or the welfare of the society in curriculum. So many of the new aspects like ICT, everything is coming up now, even artificial intelligence, data sciences and all this we have included. But even whenever new things are coming, we have to be ready for going for that curriculum reforms. The last slide, that is, I will go for a conclusion. With whatever I have already told, I will sum up saying that empowerment through higher education research. In every aspect, empowerment through of the women, empowerment of the tribal, empowerment of our learners, empowerment of the youth, and that is very much. You can have a lot of research into it, and they can, conclusively a bedrock for empowerment. That is, we can bring out strategies for empowerment. And what are the barriers for empowerment? That also we can point out and we can liquidate it. So every level and for the improvement of sustainable development of the society, empowerment of the people and a different segment of the people are needed. So that we have to, we have to look into it. The next one is bridging the gaps. Narrow gaps in education and employment. That was the first attempt that we have to have. That there were people telling, even after I complete my degree or my PhD, there is no scope of getting a job. Everybody is thinking in terms of a job in the government, and they are not. But the IT, it has flourished, and many of the new areas is coming up. And we need people for many of the technical oriented jobs, or even people oriented, welfare oriented jobs at the lower levels. Hopefully, NEP also open up. You can have a certificate course for 2 semesters, then diploma course 4 semesters. And if we bring them after the certificate and diploma courses, many of them will be available. Like palliative cares, and even those who are in the nursing profession, or those who are in the beauty, trading professions and all, and even the building professions and all, and even telephone industries, metal industries and all. They may not require that high level education, but that education, we can have a flexible and liberal types of education. So that education system can even bring down the unemployment, and it will bring that employment possibility, and they can break up anytime when there is a chance, and with their potential or their competency, they can go join the job stream at any time. And even after joining that, also we can give them chances to complete their education also. So that is very much needed, that we are appreciative of NEP 2020. Last point, that is sustained commitment. So, I started with the research and all. So we have to have the commitment to higher education, dealing with that higher education, not only teaching in the class at all, with the acquired knowledge. No, this progressing that knowledge, and some of the problems we have to take up. Very, even the corona disease, we have to bring the protocols, we have to bring the medicines, we have preventive measures. All these things we were having higher amount of research going on, even not only in the medical by the medical scientists, even from the social scientists and all. They had very high contribution for managing that pandemic, COVID pandemic at that time, peak time. So this should be what I say is that sustained progress can come up only through sustained research and committed research. And we should, everyone in our higher education should be prepared to do outstanding or problem solving or problem people oriented research in our institutions. So that's all, and it may give the welfare, and it may give better development or progress for our society. And also you can have a lot of research for peace and non-violence. Even Gandhigram is a perfect example for that. I can give you time, if I have time, how we have developed some of the peace education programs and peace intervention and non-violence, violent intervention we have brought up in our university curriculum. So that is sustained peace also is, we can get, or we can have through better, high quality higher education. Thank you very much. Now it is almost time, I think 6:45. I think I was told to continue up to 7 o'clock. So if you have any questions, I can break here and I can leave it for a lively discussion. Otherwise, I can continue with some few more slides are there. But the bulk of my these 2 sessions, content is over by these slides. I think we have almost completed almost all the areas. If you have some new areas to discuss, or to be, if you point it out, we can have a liberal discussion. And I can even include that when I go for the next session with the students or the teachers elsewhere also. Thank you very much. And I appeal to you to have some interaction, please. Sorry, I have to cover up the time. Another 10 minutes. Hello. Okay, thank you, dear. Dear teachers, dear fellow teachers, I am very happy that I have joined. I am so happy with the university also, because I was moving around with other universities. Even some of the centers I used to visit, and I used to have very lively interaction with my teacher fellows here. But here, I think I came on the platform and they have given me a chance. I am thankful to each and every one of the university, especially to the director of TTC. So he was instrumental and informing me and reminding me even yesterday. He was after me. So Professor Mohammed Deshmukh sir, I am very much grateful to you. Thank you very much for introducing to the scholars or the teachers, and also giving me an opportunity to interact with them on a relevant topic, higher education and society. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We
Okay.
are really unfortunate to hear you, sir, on this platform, on the virtual platform. And really, sir, you have explored the new concept of higher education in terms of society, sir. What is our responsibility and how can we do so much things in the with the field with this field in the education? So we are really thankful to you, sir. Yes, participants, is there any couple of questions from your side? So it will be really appreciable.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Very good
Hello.
evening. Come
Good
on.
evening. I'm Dr. M.S. Tamboli. It's a nice session, sir. You gave very detailed information regarding this education and society. My question is that what is the prospects of that rural that educational institutes which are located in rural areas in the wake of this national education policy?
So nice. A very good question. Thank you very much. I am coming from a rural university. It
Ah,
is in a very remote area, this Gandhigram Rural University. And the university is completely founded for the development of the rural people. Or the motto of the mission of the university, or the motto of the university is to take up the development of the rural university. And I am fortunate. I am thankful to the God that, even before NEP 2020, they gave me a chance. I joined the Department of Applied Research, and I joined their rural education programs. Later, I became the Dean Student, Welfare also, and Dean of the Faculty of Rural Development. So, your question now is how we have to promote the rural development or institutions in the rural areas. I think we have the NEP says some of the ways which can become very powerful for rural based institutions. Like, their flexible program itself we can take. Like a student who is coming, because when I came to Gandhigram, and we had some program, 3-year program, 5-year program, integrated program and all. And the rural students, they wanted to go for a job early, or they may enter to the family. They are not very much about the education consciousness like our urban belt. So the students want to get married immediately and all. And so many parents used to come to me and, sir, when you give them a seat, that unless they complete it 3 years, they will not be they will not be getting a degree. And likewise, for a 5-year integrated PG program and all, they will lose whatever money, finance they have given, time they have given and all. But this NEP says this is a boon to our rural students. It says after +2 you can take up the undergraduate program. So if you complete first year, and if you want to vacate, you are not interested, or you have got enough proficiency at that level, that is by technology or even skills and all, so that you can take up a job and go away. Or if a child, second year, they go for the second year, they will get a diploma at that point of time if they want to leave, or if they want to change their subject, or if they get married. Many of them, even when a UGC team came, many students and their parents asked them, sir, how we want to get them married and settle them early. Of course, I am not regressing it. I am going after 21 years and all. So then otherwise it is going on 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, 24th year and all. So here there is a chance if they are early wanted to get settled down and they are not able to complete their education, then there is a provision they can have that they can leave that course, but with a degree or diploma, or if they complete 3 years, they will get a degree and they will go for IAS or any other courses. That is possible. And with the 4th year, they can have a honors or a honors with research that will help them to get into the PhD. So some of the rural brains are very good. So here they can have a small amount of time. They are very brilliant and they are nurtured properly. So if they want, they can save 1 or 2 years. Present system, they have to give for 5 to 6 years when they come to the PhD and all. Here, immediately after 4th year, they can pick up their research programs, or even in between, even if they want, they can break and get into jobs. That is one of the very good liberal and flexible approach we have brought in. Then second one, I will say that that indigenous knowledge system, this will also help. They have told that Indian ethos and all, many of the students in the rural areas, they are very proficient. They are down to earth, they are down to nature, and they are with the life like this. So that Indian knowledge system and all, they will become very good and very proficient in that. And even that courses, they can master that courses. I have seen in Mizoram and all, sometimes those students, they may not be very good if you introduce some new or some courses which is very odd or which may be very much needed, but it is not from their own culture. So here, when we bring the indigenous courses and even the development of forestry and agriculture and all, such applied level courses are being given better attention for this rural students. So this is the second part. And thirdly, I will tell you that they have also told, in somewhere I read, that these local or rural or remote area tribal students, whenever they get a graduate or they will complete a master's degree or a teacher training or management courses and all, they should be placed immediately. They should be placed in their own places, in their own locality. They should not be given a job elsewhere, but even there should be a chance for giving them a job in their own places. This also will be very good, because rural students, I have seen, even after the studies, they don't want to go, especially, some areas, they want in their own, identify with their own people and live there. So this, that is the third one. And the last one I will say, they are also giving chances for bright students from the rural areas and all, and financial support. Care, financial support and all, we can have, and this can attract these rural students to come into our educational space. And wide variety of programs and courses. Because if you give only the traditional type of physics, chemistry like that, but we bring more of integrated programs, tribal welfare, biochemistry, biophysics, interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary courses, if you bring in social psychology and all, or family counseling and all, such programs, if you bring in, that's what NEP envisions. Such programs, if the colleges and the universities offer, we can attract many of the students, and they can be given a number of fellowships that they have mentioned in the teacher education programs and all. It should be 4 years. No need for them to complete degree and all. After +2, they can rightly go into the get into the teacher education, 4-year teacher education program, and they should be given a job, because they have been trained and qualified for the teacher. They cannot go for any other thing. So it is our duty to give them a job. So if that happens, and for if you come for this teacher education, there are a number of fellowship they have told. And another one is the academic bank of credits. The students can get their credits and they can change anywhere. That sometimes the rural students have the problem. They can go and join in a very remote, very distant area, but they want to change that thing. There is this academic bank of credits. They can have that credits and they can join any other universities or colleges nearby, or with another courses and all. So that academic bank of credits, and I think we should have orientation, and the colleges and universities should come up this academic bank of credits. It should start more with the rural students on rural colleges and all, so that these credits we can record, or we can deposit these credits. And if they want to go elsewhere, anywhere, they need not go and get for some of the certificates and other things. Even sometimes there are complaints that teachers are not giving the certificates or testimonials and all. This academic, it is a 360 degree, all their talents, all their proficiencies, and multi-sources we are bringing. That not only their knowledge in their subject alone, but all round, all their cultural, physical, all other talents should be recorded. So we can go for secondary type of occupations or professions for them. Thank you very much. I don't know whether I have answered your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Thank you. Come, please.
Yes, Katole sir, please.
Yeah.
Sir, sir, I'm from Amravati, Maharashtra.
Okay.
Dr. Prashant Katole here. Sir, my question is, in rural areas, student present is major issue or challenges. What is your opinion, and what is the remedies for this issue?
Yes. Okay. I know, because as I am coming from the rural background and rural universities, I can try to answer this question. I don't know about the situations in Maharashtra and all, but many of the areas in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, or even in Karnataka, we used to go, and I know that challenges there for the students. So, of course, these challenges are there, but these challenges we can overcome if we have better system or bringing them. First of all, they have to be brought into the education system, whether preschool, then primary school, because they may be first generation literates that their parents or their family they cannot depend upon. We can depend upon their our parents and other people as motivators and all. So we have to take care that they are first generation literates, and they have the difficulty in going back and reading there in their houses and all. Today also we had a documentary from Wayanad in Kerala. They say that, sir, you are telling about the education and becoming scholars and PhD and all. But even our children, they do not have enough space or enough electricity and other things. So this has to be. We have to have that local, that Panchayat Raj system. Earlier they have brought it. So that local empowerment, local leaders, and we have to empower them. And they have to identify the academic needs and demands of the students. And the government should come help them to promote that. If they want, if there are bright students in that area, why don't we bring them and give them education in their own? Sometimes we may not be able to educate them fully through our this. And another one is in this context, I tell you that digital or the online courses are also have become very good. We can reach them if you have a mobile, and that mobile you can give health consciousness or even the education consciousness and the value of education and all, and we can motivate them and we can bring. So take the help of the social media and take the help of this ICT integration that can also promote. But even in the remote area, we need a lot of workers that health workers, education workers and all. They should go and sensitize, and they should be ready to give individual attention to these children elsewhere. Even we had a project in very remote area. I had visited them. It was very difficult to reach those areas, but we have brought them that individual attention. Even one area when we went there, even there that they are so socially backward that people are not even named. So our first level was to name them, and now they are calling because we have given them that community radio system, and we have given them they have started using mobile and all. Oh, even sometimes they will call, sir, can you give me a good name for our new child and all. Earlier they do not have even the concept of having having that naming and all. So this is possible. Sorry, it has come back. Okay, so these are some of the ways we have to reach them, we have to motivate them, and we have to support them financially, even more emotionally, and we have to bring them. And I can give you some of the institutions in Kerala, why Kerala has gone very high. And even the, Gandhigram and all. When I worked in an institution like, it was a long back, that institution, they used to bring the children from their area. And they will be housed and they will be sent back, and their parents can come and all. So that institution serve the tribal children. Remote area, they will bring the very poor children, but they used to get some aids from the student from the government. Government used to aid, and even sometimes they used to get some support from the foreign agencies also. And that they really use them, and they used to they bring them up, and later on they have educated very well. Many of them have gone into very many professional streams like teachers, some of them have become doctors, engineers, and even university professors, even vice chancellors also. So if you promote them, there will be no chance, no dearth of potential. And we cannot say that they are less intelligent because they are backward and all. No, we have to reach them properly and give them and guide them. Then they can be brought into the stream or the pathway of education and to the welfare means also. It is not only the education, we have to bring the welfare means and their employability and all we have to see. That's all. Okay, thank you. I don't know whether I have answered your question.
Thank you, sir. And one more question, sir.
Please.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir,
please ask the question.
The major problem in Maharashtra. Many professor posts are vacant in colleges, and the government should not fill this post. So, how we introduce the student to ICT tools? Hello.
Yes, I got your question. It's a very good and it is a most it is a it needs very much attention immediately. Not only in Maharashtra, I will say that even in a highly developed area like Kerala also, you will see many of the colleges and universities are understaffed. Even some survey says only 28%. If there are 100 posts, only 28% are employed. So it is a challenging thing. The government, even the local system, they should also see that the colleges are well manned. So unless they have good teachers and all, they cannot even promote, they cannot even give good teaching, because all the disciplines we have to bring in and the research we have to carry on, extension program, for all these things that we need the better faculty, and we have so much of unemployed hands. They are looking for the job. There is no dearth of trained manpower in India. But only thing is that management part is very poor. I don't know. It may be a political reason, or it may be a social reason, or it may be a government reason. We may have to think each of these institutions. Now they have to take care, that they have to write and they have to see that these posts are being filled up. Even Gandhigram even is not an exception. We have a number of posts are unfilled, both at the non-teaching level and teaching level, professorial level and all, many of them. And many of them, they are stagnated also. They should have become a professor by this time, but their career advancement placements and all have not taken place. So this should not happen immediate, because they should get immediate prospects. So our then only that is what I told you in the first time. We have to have a vibrant system. So if you make a vibrant ecosystem, higher education ecosystem, so every post that should be replaced immediately, and we will get the new people coming to our colleges and university, and their potential should be, or their competencies should be taken care also for the benefit of the students. Like as you are telling, ICT and all, we have to see that ICT proficient people should be brought into the universities and colleges. Those who know how to apply that ICT, that is a different type of technologies. If you want the software system and given hands-on training to the student, we should have that competent people within the system, or there should be available from the nearby universities or colleges. So I will appeal to you that you can also pursue this with your teachers association, or the association at the state Maharashtra teachers associations and all. Should make a movement and even representation, so that all the posts will get filled up. And it is also needed in the context of this NEP implementation of the NEP 2020. Otherwise, many of them, whatever we envisage we wanted to implement, that will get it will have a negative effect and it will not be fulfilled. Thank you for the question. Any other question? I am ready. Okay.
Sir, Maharashtra government is hopeless government.
No,
Especially for fulfill the lecturer post, they neglect the art faculty, sir. Thank you, sir.
No, that should not happen. Don't make it a, this is the same thing with Tamil Nadu also. There's a lot of problem. Even Gandhigram is a central university. So we have to go there. Even Madurai Kamaraj University and all, there were reports that even faculty members are not there. And concerned faculty in their own discipline and specialization are not found. But they are not brought into the system. That's the problem. Okay. I don't know. I support you that this is a very, very peevish event, and we should appeal to the government should take immediate steps to improve the manpower that is needs of the universities or the colleges. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank
I
you
am
so
with
much,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, is there any other questions? Sir, I think all the questions or the queries were over here. So shall we conclude, sir, this session? If you could permit.
Okay, it's up to you. Okay, thank you very much.
So
And carry on, please.
thank you, sir. Thank you. I will extend whatever sir and Professor Katole sir had discussed. Recently, before couple of days, the UGC has write down the letter to all the chief secretaries of the states to fill up the faculty positions for the implementation of NEP. Recently, before couple of days, 2 or 4 days. So this is one of the brief information with regards to faculty position. Sir, I here to extend my sincere gratitude to Professor Sudhir sir for such a wonderful and insightful session on the higher education and society. Sir, really, this is a very complex concept and you have explained in a very simplest way. So your profound knowledge has been really wonderful and inspirable for all of us. So we are really thankful to you, sir, for your tremendous experience in this field. And really, sir, there are a number of challenges with regards to faculty, infrastructure, and specifically for the rural areas, because our university is also having some aspirational district identified by the NEP Commission, and as well as the aspiration block that is Melghat area that's situated in the tribal area, totally tribal area, sir. But we have also the lot of challenges. But therefore, there definitely, sir, there are some solutions. And we, being the faculty members and HEI Institute, we have the responsibility on our shoulder to implement this policy in a spirit, that spirit that has come to be in that way. So we are really thankful to you, sir, for sparing your valuable time in spite of your busy schedule. And on the behalf of the Malvi Mission Teacher Training Center, I extend my sincere gratitude to you. And with the kind consent of Professor Sudhir sir, I would like to declare that this session will be over here. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank
please
you,
go
sir.
ahead, and all the support for all your programs, and even we can associate with the Gandhigram University, and all they will give you amiable support. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We will be with you. Please go ahead.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And all the participants are we are hereby announced that this program, that is NEP orientation and sensitization program, that is start from 19th of February, is officially now over. Two instructions for the participants. There is a feedback mechanism. When you have login in your MMTTC portal, again login in that portal, and the left side there is a feedback form. You have to fill that feedback form for getting your certificates, and program certificates you will get in the next week. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and stay connected with Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University in future references. Thank you, everyone. Yes, yes.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
Dr. Noor here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Dr.
so
Noor, sir,
much, sir.
please.
Yes. Especially thanks to you, sir, on the behalf of our all colleagues and who are participant here. And you are very nice conduction, sir. And very, each and every resource person is very nice, sir. And we have getting so much information. And inshallah, we will implement NEP in our colleges, especially in rural college, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
On the
Dr.
behalf of
Noor,
all
sir.
qualified.
Thank you, Noor, sir. Thank you so much. And participant, we will start.